Hey friends, what if I told you that one of the most common exercises, something most of us were taught in gym class and still see in fitness videos, could be silently damaging your heart, especially if you're over 50. Doctors are now warning that traditional crunches and sit-ups aren't as harmless as we thought. They can spike blood pressure, strain your heart, and in some cases, trigger serious cardiovascular problems without you even realizing it. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you exactly why this exercise is so dangerous, what safer alternatives you should do instead, and how to protect your heart while still getting a strong, toned core. Traditional crunches and sit-ups, the exercises most of us grew up doing in gym class, are widely thought to be harmless ways to strengthen the core, sculpt the abs, and improve overall fitness. We see them in fitness videos, health magazines, and even senior exercise programs, often promoted as a simple, effective way to stay in shape. The problem is that for seniors, these seemingly innocent moves can be far from safe. The heart, especially as it ages, responds very differently to physical stress than it did in our younger years. When you perform a crunch, you're not just engaging your abdominal muscles, you're compressing your chest and abdomen, creating sudden spikes in blood pressure and forcing your heart to pump harder to circulate blood through vessels that are often less flexible than they used to be. For a younger person, this might be manageable, but for someone over 50, 60, or 70, the risks multiply. Surgeons have documented cases where older adults performing standard crunches have experienced abnormal heart rhythms, severe spikes in blood pressure, and in extreme cases, even cardiac events. These outcomes don't happen because the person is weak or unfit. They happen because the exercise itself can create strain that a mature cardiovascular system isn't prepared to handle. What's particularly concerning is that the danger isn't obvious in the moment. Unlike lifting a heavy weight, which might produce pain or strain that tells you to stop, crunches often feel safe while you're doing them. You lie on the floor, curl your upper body toward your knees, and feel your abs working, but your heart is silently under stress. The body doesn't always give clear warnings, and the cumulative effect over time can weaken the cardiovascular system or trigger acute events unexpectedly. This hidden risk is why top cardiac surgeons are cautioning seniors to rethink these exercises entirely. It's not about scaring people away from physical activity, it's about being realistic about the specific demands certain moves place on the heart and making smarter choices to protect it. Seniors who continue to perform traditional crunches are essentially exposing themselves to unnecessary cardiovascular strain, and the consequences can be serious even if they feel fine during the workout. It's also worth noting that this danger is amplified if the person has pre-existing conditions such as high blood pressure, arrhythmias, or early signs of heart disease, which often go undiagnosed until a stressful episode occurs. Even a seemingly healthy senior can be at risk because the heart and blood vessels naturally become stiffer and less adaptable with age. The takeaway is that what once seemed like a core strengthening staple can actually be a silent threat to cardiovascular health. It's a move that many people assume is harmless because it's familiar, easy to perform, and widely recommended, yet its potential for harm in older adults is real. Recognizing that traditional crunches carry this risk is the first step toward protecting the heart while still maintaining strength and mobility. By understanding how these exercises affect the body and acknowledging the strain they place on an aging cardiovascular system, seniors can make informed choices about which movements are truly safe and effective. As we age, our bodies change in ways that make certain exercises much riskier than they used to be, even if they were perfectly safe in our younger years. Aging isn't just about graying hair or wrinkles. It's about how the heart, muscles, and connective tissues adapt over time, and these changes affect the way we should approach fitness. One of the most important changes occurs in the cardiovascular system. Arteries lose some of their elasticity, blood vessels stiffen, and the heart has to work harder to pump blood throughout the body. Even moderate increases in pressure, which a younger heart could handle easily, can become dangerous when these natural changes occur. That's why exercises that involve sudden pressure on the chest or abdomen, like traditional sit-ups or crunches, are particularly concerning for seniors. The movement itself may seem simple, but the physiological demands are anything but simple. At the same time, muscles and connective tissues also change with age. Core muscles may weaken, flexibility decreases, and the spine becomes less forgiving. This combination means that movements requiring strong abdominal engagement while compressing the torso can place excessive strain not just on the heart, but also on the lower back, hips, and shoulders. For many seniors, this strain accumulates over time, leading to soreness, injury, or in the worst cases, sudden cardiac events. The risk is subtle because it doesn't usually appear in dramatic ways at first. A person may feel fine doing a set of crunches, maybe even for years, while their arteries slowly endure repeated stress that increases the likelihood of hypertension or other heart complications. This is why doctors and surgeons emphasize that aging bodies require different approaches to exercise. What worked when the heart was young and resilient may no longer be appropriate. It's not about avoiding activity altogether, it's about modifying it intelligently. Safe alternatives exist that allow seniors to maintain strength, flexibility, and cardiovascular health without subjecting the heart to sudden pressure spikes. These alternatives respect the natural changes in the body while still providing effective workouts. The key is understanding that age brings a higher baseline of cardiovascular vulnerability. Seniors are more likely to have underlying conditions that haven't been detected yet, including high blood pressure, arterial plaque buildup, or minor heart rhythm irregularities. Exercises that force the heart to work at extreme levels in a short period of time can trigger events that wouldn't have occurred when the person was younger. This is why even people who feel healthy and active need to be cautious with traditional high-intensity or high-pressure movements. By adjusting the approach to exercise, focusing on controlled movements, proper breathing, and low-impact options, seniors can continue to strengthen their bodies and improve their quality of life without putting unnecessary strain on the heart. In essence, aging bodies demand a smarter approach to fitness, one that balances strength and mobility with cardiovascular safety, because failing to adapt can transform an otherwise beneficial exercise into a hidden risk that compromises long-term health. One of the most overlooked aspects of exercise, especially for seniors, is breathing. It sounds simple, almost too basic to emphasize, but proper breathing can make a huge difference in both the effectiveness and the safety of your workouts. Many people, regardless of age, have a tendency to hold their breath when performing challenging exercises, either out of habit or because they believe it helps them exert more effort. In the case of crunches or traditional sit-ups, this common mistake is known as the Valsalva maneuver, where you take a deep breath and hold it while straining your abdominal muscles. For younger adults with strong cardiovascular systems, this may not immediately cause harm, but for seniors it can be extremely dangerous. Holding your breath while performing these movements increases the pressure inside your chest, which in turn raises blood pressure and forces your heart to work harder. Even a brief spike in blood pressure can be risky, especially for anyone with pre-existing heart conditions or those who may not realize they have elevated blood pressure. The heart is already under more stress as we age because the arteries lose elasticity, and the cardiovascular system doesn't respond as quickly to sudden demands. Combining this natural aging with breath holding during crunches creates a perfect storm for cardiac strain. Proper breathing, on the other hand, stabilizes your core and ensures that your heart and body are working efficiently together. In simple terms, you want to exhale during the exertion phase of the movement and inhale during the relaxation phase. This might feel awkward at first, because many of us have been conditioned to brace and hold our breath during abdominal exercises. But learning to breathe correctly can dramatically reduce unnecessary strain and make the exercise safer. It's not just about avoiding danger. Proper breathing also improves the effectiveness of your workout. By exhaling as you contract your muscles, you engage the core more efficiently, recruit the right muscle fibers, and maintain stability throughout the movement. Controlled breathing also promotes better oxygen flow, which keeps your muscles fueled and your heart working at a sustainable pace. This is particularly important for seniors because the cardiovascular system becomes less forgiving with age, and the margin for overexertion is smaller. Beyond crunches, the principle of proper breathing applies to almost every type of exercise. Whether lifting weights, doing planks, or performing gentle twists, coordinating your breath with your movements helps protect your heart, prevent dizziness, and maintain proper form. Ignoring this simple yet critical element can turn what should be a safe and effective workout into a high-risk activity that silently stresses the heart over time. Many seniors underestimate how much difference a small change in breathing technique can make, but it's one of the easiest and most impactful adjustments you can implement. By focusing on smooth, controlled breaths during every exercise, you not only safeguard your heart, but also improve overall strength, endurance, and balance, creating a foundation for long-term fitness that supports both body and heart health. Proper breathing transforms exercise from a potential hazard into a tool for building strength and longevity without unnecessary risk. Great news for seniors is that you don't have to rely on traditional crunches to strengthen your core and maintain overall fitness. There are plenty of safer alternatives that protect your heart while still giving you effective results. The key is choosing exercises that engage the abdominal muscles without putting excessive pressure on the chest or causing spikes in blood pressure. For example, seated marches are a simple but highly effective way to activate your core. Sitting on a sturdy chair and lifting your knees one at a time engages the abdominal muscles while keeping your body supported and your heart safe. This controlled movement avoids the sudden compression that makes crunches risky, and because it can be done at a moderate pace, it's easier to coordinate with proper breathing, which further reduces cardiovascular strain. Another excellent option is gentle torso twists. These can be performed either seated or standing, depending on what feels most comfortable for you. Twisting the torso engages the oblique muscles, improving rotational strength and balance without forcing your heart to handle an extreme load. Modified planks are also a fantastic choice. Instead of lying flat on the ground and doing a full plank, you can perform the movement on your forearms and knees, keeping the spine neutral and the body stable. This not only strengthens the core but also improves posture, supports back health, and avoids dangerous pressure spikes that occur with sit-ups. Side-lying exercises, such as leg lifts or clamshells, are another great way to build strength safely. These movements target the abdominal and hip muscles while keeping the heart at a safe level of exertion. They also help improve hip stability and balance, which are crucial for seniors to maintain independence and prevent falls. Even standing exercises can be incredibly effective. Using a chair or wall for support, you can perform gentle standing side bends or knee lifts that engage the core while keeping the cardiovascular load low. The beauty of these alternatives is that they respect the limitations of an aging body while still providing measurable benefits. Functional movements that mimic real-life activities, like reaching, bending, twisting, and lifting with proper posture, are especially valuable because they train your body in ways that matter for everyday life. They not only strengthen the core but also enhance mobility, stability, and coordination, which is far more useful for long-term health than chasing a six-pack through risky exercises. The important principle behind all of these alternatives is controlled, deliberate motion combined with proper breathing. You want to focus on quality over quantity. Slow, intentional movements that activate the right muscles without shocking your cardiovascular system. With consistent practice, these safer exercises can produce strong, stable core muscles, improve balance, and support your overall fitness, all while keeping your heart out of danger. Seniors who adopt these approaches often find they can maintain or even increase strength, improve posture, and feel more energetic without ever exposing themselves to the risks associated with traditional crunches. It's a shift from thinking about intensity to thinking about safety, effectiveness, which ultimately provides better long-term results and protects the most important muscle of all, the heart. But one of the most important lessons for seniors when it comes to fitness is that consistency and listening to your body matter far more than intensity or pushing yourself to extremes. Many people make the mistake of thinking that the harder and more often they exercise, better their results will be, but that mindset can actually backfire, especially as we age. The truth is, a safe and steady approach produces better long-term results and protects your heart from unnecessary strain. For example, performing a few carefully controlled exercises consistently each week is far more effective than doing a high-intensity workout sporadically. Your body, and especially your heart, responds best to regular, moderate stimulus rather than extreme spikes in pressure or effort. Equally important is tuning into the signals your body gives you. Feeling lightheaded, dizzy, experiencing shortness of breath, or even a mild tightness in your chest are all cues that you need to pause, slow down, or modify your routine. Ignoring these signals can turn a healthy activity into a dangerous situation. Many seniors underestimate how important it is to adjust workout space on daily energy levels, overall health, and cardiovascular response. Exercise isn't just about building muscles or burning calories. It's about improving overall health in a sustainable way. When you focus on consistency and body awareness, you create a foundation that allows you to progress safely, avoid injury, and actually enjoy movement instead of dreading it. Recovery is another critical aspect of this principle. As we age, our bodies take longer to repair and adapt. Rest days, adequate sleep, and proper nutrition aren't optional. They're essential for protecting the heart and supporting muscular recovery. Skipping recovery to push through a few extra sets of crunches or high-intensity moves can do more harm than good. The key is balance. Combining safe, controlled exercises with appropriate rest ensures that your workouts strengthen your body without putting your cardiovascular system at risk. Another aspect of consistency is gradual progression. It's tempting to try to achieve rapid results or match what younger adults can do, but overexertion can trigger cardiovascular strain, joint pain, and fatigue. Instead, focusing on small improvements over time, whether it's adding a few more repetitions of a safe core exercise, increasing the duration of a plank by a few seconds, or gently expanding your range of motion, keeps your heart safe while still promoting meaningful gains. Equally important is variety. Incorporating a mix of low-impact cardio, strength, and flexibility exercises not only keeps your routine interesting but also ensures that different muscle groups are supported, balance improves, and cardiovascular load is managed effectively. The combination of consistency, listening to your body, and gradual progression builds a sustainable fitness routine that seniors can maintain for years, rather than burning out or risking their health with extreme movement. Ultimately, the message is clear. It's not about doing the most crunches or the hardest workouts. True health and strength come from steady, thoughtful, and heart-conscious exercise. By respecting your body's limits, prioritizing recovery, and sticking to a consistent routine, you can enjoy the benefits of fitness safely, improve overall well-being, and protect the heart that allows you to continue moving, living, and thriving well into your later years.